Good morning. Good morning. Happy Fairy Friday. It's Margaret Sample coming to you live this random Fairy Friday, live from beautiful Puerto Morelos in Mexico. And I come to you from time to time, bringing you messages from the fairy folk using Brian Froud's beautiful Fairies Oracle deck. And I always say a couple things. One is sometimes I see comments and sometimes I don't, and sometimes I see them later, even though I might be seeing someone else's and not yours. It's just random. And so that's one thing. And the other, but I love them. I love when you guys chime in. I love the thank yous and the little messages and all those hearts and things just make my heart sing. And the other thing I always say is if you are seeing this message, it is because this message is meant for you. So whether you're seeing it live or on replay, message is for you. Okay. And hopefully my internet stays intact today. It wasn't really cooperating last night, but hopefully today it will. So far, so good, I think. Okay, I am going to start shuffling and see who is going to come forward with the message today. Whoa! Ah, okay. It's kind of a leap out of the deck there. And it's probably because it's the Rarrrrrr. Okay, the Rarrrrrr. So the Rarrrrrr, what a ball of energy, right? The Rarrrrrr is one of the helpline troop. And the helpline troop are like the wee folk of fairy. Whether they're large or tiny in size, but they're what we think of a lot of the time. So they're the ones who assist us in our daily lives. Although sometimes in their efforts to help us, they actually just add to the confusion, but their hearts are always in the right place and they're always trying to help. The helpline troop are associated with the 5 elements of fairy: earth, air, fire, water, and moonlight. And some work solo, like the Rarrrrrr, some work in groups. They are all full of life and generally quite sassy and often very mischievous. And the Rarrrrrr certainly falls into that category. So, often if you're thinking about, little pixies or brownies or things like that, those are members of the Healthblind troop. Um, They love meeting us in the natural world. All fairies love the natural world. Let's, be realistic about that, right? Um, I just heard a little voice in my head go, realistic and talking about fairies at the same time. That's my reality, right? Anyway, so the Rar, I love his name. I love saying it. The Rar, um, the Rar is wild energy, just wild energy and pure potential. So if you think about, he's kind of like the Tigger of the fairy folk. The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are wonderful things. So the Rar is that kind of bouncy, 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 full of fun, fun, fun. That energy, that crazy, wild energy. And not naughty, never naughty, just energetic. And sometimes that energy, because they love to join in whatever's going on, and their energy amplifies all the energy that's going on. So whatever's happening. So if there's like a rioting mob, the RAR's like, ooh, let me get in on this action. Or if there's a group of people meditating and raising the vibration, the RAR's like, ooh, let me get in on this action. So the RAR comes in and amplifies. Um, it's pure potential. He just adds power to whatever is going on. And the RAR does not discriminate, does not discriminate. So we have to discriminate because whatever's going on, the RAR is adding to it right now. So be especially when this fella shows up, be especially attentive to what you're doing with your energy and intentions, because he is adding to them. So be sending out good thoughts, be working in a positive direction. Don't be freaking out about stuff. Be grounding, because the RAR tends to sweep us off our feet, you know, that kind of rush of energy. And so it's up to us to stay grounded when that's going on. So this is a really, really good time before you do something today. Meditate. Or if you don't have time to meditate, sorry, my camera's over here and I keep doing things off camera. If you don't have time, and air quotes, you don't have time to meditate, at least take time to center and ground yourself. So there's a saying, I think it's a Buddhist saying, meditate every day for 30 minutes. Unless you don't have time, then meditate for an hour, right? Anyway, so to center or ground yourself, just to make sure this rarrrrrr energy doesn't take you away. Deep breath in, out through your lips, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Imagine you're blowing into a straw, right? What that's doing is activating your parasympathetic nervous system. So there you go. And as you do that, just take a moment, close your eyes, and feel yourself grounded. If you're sitting down, feel your bottom on the chair, but also feel your feet on the floor. And if you're standing, feel your feet. Just really, I'm giggling because one of the things the RAR tells us is we don't have control. I have no control over my environment right now. So there's like construction going on outside and they just started making loud bangs. I don't know if you heard them or not, but anyway, I can't imagine how you're not hearing them. So you feel your feet, and then if you like, one of my favorite quick meditations to ground is to imagine that I am a tree. My body is a tree. Branches are coming out of my head. My arms may be branches, and then my roots go right through my feet and down into the earth. And that's a very quick meditation. Other quick ways to earth ground center: stomp your feet. Stomp on your feet, just like stomp your feet a couple of times. Put your hand on your head and feel your feet on the ground. If you are able to be outside or take a few minutes to be outside, ground ground your feet in the with bare feet on the earth. That's wonderful. I mean, it's not so much fun in winter when it's cold and snowing, but I do have a friend who she grounds every day. She goes out and earths for 5 minutes every day all year, and she lives between Ottawa and Montreal. Okay, so the banging is wild. So that's a good one. Another one is to go outside and stand with your back against a tree. Trees love to share their energy with us. Fairies love to help the trees. So just that's a really good way to ground and center as well. But take that time right now, because it's like I'm fortunate enough to be in Mexico, right? So going into the water, you got to watch out for that undercurrent. You got to watch out for that riptide, those riptides, because they can take you away if you're not paying attention where you are, where your feet are. Right. Anything else? Rawr, hang on, hang on, hang on. Let's go, let's go. Energy, energy, energy. Woo, woo, woo. This is like pure energy. So it's like, and if you're feeling depleted, oh my goodness, feeling depleted, the RAR will help buoy you up, but don't let him enervate you. You know, sometimes you get too much, like 1 cup of coffee might perk you up a wee bit, but 5 cups of coffee makes you crazy. The RAR can do the same thing. So little sips of RAR energy. Anything else? Ride, ride. Go along for the ride. Come along for the ride. Come along for the ride. Come along for the ride. So many people, we just want to sit back and maybe not go forward when we don't feel we have any control. But he's like, stay grounded and you'll have some control. Not a lot of control, but some, and enjoy it. Anything else? Pay attention where your energy is going. I think that's it. The Rarrrrrr is like a in and out kind of message guy. Um, what else did I want to say to you guys today? Oh, it is still Fairy February. Fairies insisted, if you saw the post 2 weeks ago, the fairies have insisted that I make this Fairy February. And of course, the paper has blown onto the floor. Hold on, because I don't remember numbers. Like, there we are. You'd think I could remember numbers, but I don't want to tell you the wrong numbers. So if you want an individual personalized card reading, you can go to my store and my website at www.margaretsample.com. And normally these individual email readings are $33.33 Canadian. For the month of Fairy February, they are $19.99, almost half price. And I know a lot of you have taken advantage of that, and I love doing them. So it's fun for me to connect with the fairies. All right. And they say, and also I'm supposed to tell you that they like floral oils. They like the smell of flowers. Rar likes flowers. So if you've been wondering, should I get myself some flowers? Get yourself some flowers. All right, my dears, that is me for this week. Happy Fairy Friday. Happy Fairy February. And love to you all. Be well. Mwah. Bye for now.